What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Celtics here coming to you again with another rebuilding video, and this time we are doing the Los Angeles Lakers again, but this time we're doing 2012 to 2013 version of them. You're right, this was the one with Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, and Pau Gasol back when they actually thought they were going to go like back-to-backs, 3 for 3 on championships. Obviously that did not work out, but I did love this team around this time. It was awesome to see and watch them play. But then Dwight Howard went super soft, as he's been referred to in recent years. But in terms of this team, absolutely nobody is safe except for Kobe, in my opinion. So Dwight Howard, I'm going to move him first. This is going to be the first trade that I want to do. I want to move him for somebody younger or potentially better. Joakim Noah and Taj Gibson is not a horrible deal. Tristan Thompson's not bad either. DeAndre Jordan, this is when he was super young before he kind of like flourished under Doc Rivers. Mike Conley's kind of good. I like Kemba too. Al Jefferson, Enes Kanter. Not too bad of offers or deals here, so I'm not worrying too much about it. But I want to see what I can get out of Steve Nash first, see if I can get somebody better, because after this year he's basically going to decline pretty heavily. Worst case scenario, I'll keep him. I don't think all the ages are correct, obviously, because Steve Nash is supposed to be pretty old around this time, but he's 30 in this game. So let's see if I can get Kemba for Steve Nash in a straight up deal, and that's not too bad of a deal just because he is younger and he won't decline as quickly. David Lee, this is back when he was still pretty solid and on the Warriors, so that's not too bad for us. But I'm going to do this Kemba Walker deal. I'm doing this basically straight up for a younger point guard, and they took Jody Meeks off her hands, so that's one less thing I have to worry about, so I'm not going to complain about that. Now, what do I want to move next? Dwight Howard. Anton Jamison, I'm actually going to keep. I'm going to move him actually to small forward, because I believe he goes up pretty heavily if you do that. Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson. I like this because Joakim Noah to me is better defensively than Dwight Howard was. Dwight Howard's still good, but not, I just like Joakim Noah back when he was actually a beast. So see, if you move Anton Jamison, he goes up to a 78 overall, so that's not too bad for us. He'll be a nice solid backup. So now what are we looking? We are looking at a Kemba, Kobe, Anton Jamison. We're going to move this over to a bench depth 10. Let me see, make sure that changed up. Alright, so we're good with that. Anton Jamison's the starting small forward. I'm not sure how I feel about that, so I'm going to do a couple more movements here. Going to grab Jamison and Meta World Peace. See what I can grab out of them. Hopefully something pretty solid. I'm just going to go through it real quick. Tony Allen's here. Tony Allen's not too bad of a deal. Let me think, actually. Tony Allen, I get him a lot, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go for Ray Allen instead. I'm going to move Ray Allen to small forward because I believe he will go up. Yeah, he goes up to a 79, and I like Ray Allen. He's a nice three-point shooter, knockdown three-point shooter for us in this team. Not going to be too bad. Taj Gibson's here too. Our bench is looking pretty weak, but the free agency I don't want to mess with because they didn't clear it out of all the players, unfortunately. So we're gonna let that just kind of deal with itself. So for right now, this is the team that we have. The bench definitely needs some work, so I'm just gonna see if I can trade some pieces and flip them, like Steve Blake and Clark together. I can get Andrew Bynum and bring him back. I could bring Jordan Hill back, which wouldn't be a horrible idea. Let me think here. Zaza Pachulia, nothing super crazy good. Jay Crowder, that's not too bad. Kostas Papanikolaou. Let me think. I think I might go bring Jordan Hill back. And then I'm going to, let me see, if I move him to shooting guard, he would be a 71. Alright, and that's going to be the last trade I make. I'm just going to roll with this team for now. This is going to be the roster that we'll roll with. So it's going to be Kemba Walker, Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Pau Gasol, Joakim Noah. Actually, can I get anything out of Pau Gasol, just in case? I want to make sure that I have all my options open, just because he is 36, so he might decline, or he probably is going to decline this season. So let me see if I can grab somebody out of him. Paul Pierce, he's too old. I could get Derek Favors. He's going to fill out that same position. I can grab Isaiah Thomas back from the Sacramento Kings. I actually really like that deal. I'm going to go and grab Isaiah Thomas. Now I'm going to flip Kemba Walker, and I'm going to move him for a power forward now, because I would like to have Isaiah Thomas because I don't get him on most of my teams. I could get Tristan Thompson. That's not too bad of a deal. So let me check just to make sure. I could bring Pau Gasol back. Sean Marion and Darren Collison. I'm going to do that trade. That's going to give us 2 good pieces, and I'm not sure if Sean Marion will go up, but I'm going to move him to power forward anyways, just so we could fill out that position. Yeah, he goes down, but I just need him to fill the power forward position. He can defend that regardless. So it's going to be Isaiah Thomas, Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Sean Marion, Joakim Noah, and then off the bench we have Darren Collison, Taj Gibson, Jordan Hill, Kirk Heinrich, and Jason Thompson. So this is going to be the team that we're going to roll with all the way to the trade deadline. Let me change team training down to team chemistry, and I will see you guys at the trade deadline. Hopefully the free agency doesn't screw everything up, but I'll see you guys then. Alright, so I was shopping around for trades, and I didn't know if this would go through, so I wasn't actually looking at it, but basically got Al Horford and Deshaun Stevenson, who's just there for a roster filler, for Sean Marion, Taj Gibson, and 2 first-rounders. The main reason is I wanted a better center, and if I move Joakim Noah to power forward, he'll fill out that position a little bit easier. So now we have, yeah, and he goes up to an 85 as opposed to an 83 before. So now we have Isaiah Thomas, Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen still the starting small forward. I want to see if I can shop around Ray Allen just really quick. He's going to decline pretty heavily after this season anyways, so I want to see if I can grab a small forward or some kind of shooting guard. I can fill out his position potentially better. Jay Crowder has really declined at this one. Tyreek Evans, I might do that. Rudy Gobert I could grab. He has some decent trade value, but I think I'm going to do this one for Tyreek Evans and James Smith, and I'm going to move Tyreek Evans. If I move him to small forward, he might go up. If not, then I'll trade him too, because he has pretty good trade value. But the main reason is I want a small forward that at least breaks the 80 overall situation. So if I move him to small forward, he doesn't really change that much. So let me see if I can move him now by himself, if I can grab somebody out of him. Let's see. So small forwards, I can get Paul Pierce and bring him to the team. He would be here on his 39-year-old season. I can get Derek Favors and move him. He would probably be able to bring me Shaq. I could bring to the team. But if I grab not Rudy Gobert. Where is it? Derek Favors and John Davis. I might be able to flip Derek Favors potentially for somebody, a small forward that's a little bit better. Because obviously I'm not going to need him because we have Joakim Noah as our power forward. So let me see. I can get Lul Deng and Carlos Boozer. I'd just give up Darren Collison for that, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that. Let me see here. Any good small forwards? Brandon Knight's here. Joe Johnson. Tony Parker. Wesley Johnson. Reggie Jackson. But I'm trying to get a small forward for this. These picks have a lot of value. Like the 76ers pick has some good value, but I might do this as a Lul Deng trade. Carlos Boozer 2, Darren Collison. You know what? I'll do this trade. Lul Deng's going to be a pretty solid small forward just for the starting position. Obviously, it's not the greatest situation that we could put ourselves in, but I wanted a small forward that was a little bit better just in terms of overall package, and was a little bit younger. So we have Lul Deng here, who's going to be in the starting position, and that is going to be the last trade I probably do. Wow. Oh yeah, the bench is still pretty garbage. But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take Zach Race minutes away, and I'm going to give it to the 67 overall Darius Morris. But that's going to be it. I'll simulate all the way to trade deadline. If I make any trades, you guys are going to see that. Otherwise, I will see you guys at the end of the season awards. Alright, so you guys might be asking, why are you moving Lul Deng after you just signed him, essentially? We are at the trade deadline at this point, but I wanted to get Tristan Thompson and CJ Miles for him. Tristan Thompson's going to be a amazing rebounder for this team, but the main reason is I was shopping around earlier for another trade for one of our players that we have on roster, and a nice little deal came up. If 2K will load, I can actually show that off to you guys. So Al Horford is going to be thrown on the trading block here. And I go through, and then all of a sudden I see Paul George and Jan Mahimi show up. Paul George I'm going to trade for almost every single time. Even if he's not at his prime position, which he would be right now, I still love him as a player. So the starting position isn't too bad. Joakim Noah I could always move to the center position, so I'm going to do CJ Miles, and actually I might keep him, Jan Mahimi and like Darius Morris, and then flip them for some kind of point guard, hopefully. Let me see if there's anything available. Obviously they're just giving us a lot of the 70 garbage players, so let me try what about Jan Mahimi alone? I could get Moskov, Miles Plumlee, No, I'll just trade him in the offseason then, and we'll figure that out. So for right now, the roster's looking like this. I'm going to move Joakim Noah now back to center position, so he can be the defensive anchor for the team. So now it's not too bad. So now our starting lineup is still Isaiah Thomas, Kobe, but now we have Paul George as a small forward, Tristan Thompson, Joakim Noah, and then off the bench we have CJ Miles, Jordan Hill, Jan Mahimi, Jason Thompson, and Kirk Heinrich. So that's going to be it. We're 38 and 20. Good enough for second in the conference. I'm going to simulate all the way to the end of the. That's the only trade that I really wanted to do. So that we're going to simulate all the way to the end of the season awards, and I will see you guys then. Hopefully we can make it into the playoffs as a top 3 seed and make a run for the championships. Here we are at the end of season awards with LeBron James, your MVP, with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Brandon Ingram is your rookie of the year. Oh God, yeah, he's your rookie of the year apparently. 15.7 rebounds. That's whatever. Nicholas Batum's your 6th man of the year over with the Trailblazers. 12, 5, 5, and 1 with 1 steal, 1 block. Dwight Howard, after we traded him to the Bulls, is your defensive player of the year with 13 boards, 3 blocks. Rodrigue Beaubois is your most improved player. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. And Eric Spoelstra is your coach of the year. On All-NBA first team, we have no Lakers. What about second team? Still no Lakers. Kobe's on All-NBA third. Defensively, we don't really have anybody, it looks like. Yeah, not even on All-Defensive second team. All-Rookie, we don't have anybody. And All-Rookie second, we still don't have anybody. So, 55 and 27 record was good enough for third in the Western Conference. We're going to go to the standings so you guys can get a look at that. 4 games behind the Utah Jazz, who have Gordon Hayward, Paul Millsap. They signed Karl Anthony Towns. Oh God, that free agency did screw it up a little bit, but whatever. Anton Jameson is back there because we traded him, so they have the big 3-headed behemoth over there in the East. So we're up against the Houston Rockets. Who do they have on their team? Jeremy Lin, James Harden, T-Mac, Patrick Patterson. Okay, so I don't know how the free agency screwed everything up, but it's whatever. We'll simulate the current round. I think we could still take them on, and we actually sweep them. So we're up against the 7th-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder, who have Russell Westbrook, Reggie Jackson, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Gorgie Dang, and man, if they had that one shooting guard, imagine if James Harden was on the Oklahoma City Thunder. How crazy would that be? It's almost like, you know, they traded him for nothing. But anyways, this is going to be the roster we roll with. It's not too bad. I think we can take on the Thunder. It's not too much of an issue for me, in my opinion. I think we're up 2-1. It's 2-2. They're up 3-2 now. All right. Let me run this down to a 9-man rotation, make sure that they get all the minutes possible. Let's at least go back to 3-3, and I'm going to simulate the last game. We get eliminated in 7 against the 7th-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. So we're going to simulate the rest of the playoffs here. And the San Antonio Spurs go on to take on the, actually, Detroit Pistons. 15, 11, and 2 blocks coming out of Andre Drummond, who actually beats the LeBron James-led Miami Heat. Oh, well. So we're going to go to league meetings, make sure nothing has changed around. I'm going to reject this one. And let's go to staff signing. I just want to make sure that we get a really good head coach. So Steve Kerr, I'm going to give him everything I can get. And I'm going to sign this guy too. And that's the main ones I wanted. So that's going to be good for now. Let me make sure. I'm going to fire this guy, actually. That guy's garbage. Goodrich. Come on, Goodrich. All right, there we go. So now we're going to go to draft button. Actually, who won in the, who was in the lottery? Let's check. I'm actually going to trade for a pick right now. I want to get like the number 1 pick overall, like legitimately. Number 3 I'll trade for first. Would you do like, oh, he's about to be free agent. That makes sense. Jordan Hill. Wait, I don't know why I'm not just giving him Jordan Hill. That's no way that would work. I'd actually be willing to give Tristan Thompson for this. Tristan Thompson has no value. Isaiah Thomas. I will give you Isaiah Thomas for this pick because I really want. There's a player in this draft that I very, very want a lot. All right, so we do all those picks, all those players. Now we're gonna do not trade finder, but I'm gonna do a proposed trade again. 3rd pick. Now we're going to go for the 2nd pick overall. They want Joakim Noah, and they'll give us a 1st rounder. I won't do that for the 2nd pick. It's not worth it for the 2nd. But but I might do that for the first. Let's see who has the first round pick, number 1 overall. I'm going to go through. Let's see. The Timberwolves have the first round pick. I will give you Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson and the 3rd overall pick gives us the first rounder. Apparently they valued him a lot, so I'm going to keep that. That's not too bad of a deal for us. Let's look at player contracts. Who is taking up? Paul George is getting paid a lot still. Joakim Noah, Jan Mahimi definitely has to go. So let's look at. Let's go to the draft first. I'm going to go straight into the draft. You guys are gonna. I'll see you at the rookie signings with who I pick at the 1st overall. So here we are at the end of the NBA draft, where obviously 1st overall we selected Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's apparently an 86 overall. I didn't think he was that high, but I'm not gonna say no to Giannis, because Giannis is probably one of my favorite players in the league right now. The Greek Freak is a beast, single-handedly basically putting the team on his back. CJ Miles declined his player option. That is fine. Any qualifying offers I need to extend? No. And my free agents. Let's go look here. He's testing. Kirk Heinrich can test too. I don't care. He's expired. Now we can go into free agency and we can look to see who do we want on this team. Westbrook is here. Let me see what offers he has. He has the Thunder offering him a lot of money. I would like to move. I'm gonna move Paul George now, actually. So Paul George and like Jan Mahimi, if I put them together, can I get something out of them? DeAndre Jordan is getting paid a lot of money. I can get Wilson Chandler, top 3 protected pick. I can get Bradley Beal, Harrison Barnes. I'm trying to get some picks, but I want maybe one solid player just because it is Paul George. Maybe just Jan Mahimi, see what I can get for him. You know what? Let me go to the Thunder. Go back this way, and I will take like this 1st round pick, and I'll give you Jan Mahimi. About instead, just give me a 2nd rounder, honestly. Wow, I will give you a 2nd rounder to take him. All right, cool. So they take Jan Mahimi off our hands. Paul George now, and maybe Darius Morris. Package them together, see what I can get out of that. Wilson Chandler, Anthony Bennett. I'm not going to trade for Anthony. Isaiah Thomas I can bring back to the team. I might actually do that. That would be not too bad of a deal, just because we would have a nice point guard just to be on the team here. Mick Roberts, though, I'm going to move. Okay, let me do just Mick Roberts, and then somebody like you give me your. That's a lot of value. Okay, not you, but like the Bucks. The Bucks have a lot of value for their pick. Let me go to the Heat. I'll take your Heat 1st rounder for that year. There we go. So you can have Mick Roberts for free. And that should give us a good bit of, yeah, we have 42 million cap. So now I'm going to go to free agency. Right there it is. I'm going to give Russell Westbrook the max offer I can give him. Or his number 1 offer, which is super sweet. Dwayne Wade, if you want to come here, I will give you that too. T-Mac is looking for that much, and we get Russell Westbrook day 1. Russell Westbrook onto the team. Not too bad for us, definitely. So now we have Kobe Bryant here, Giannis, Isaiah Thomas, and Joakim Noah. How much money do we have left to work with? I have 15 million cap. I don't know who's willing to sign for that little. Let's see. I'm not going to sign Towns. Blake Griffin's going to ask for too much. Let me see here. Who might not ask for that much money? I could get Pau Gasol back on the team. This is a different Giannis. I can't sign him, unfortunately. Gordon Hayward. Steve Nash is still asking for 30 mil. There's a lot of players here. A lot of them shouldn't be here, so that's why I'm trying to jumping over a lot of them. Rudy Gay is asking for a lot still. Andre Iguodala is asking for 15. Let me see. Tyreek Evans is probably asking for a lot. Zach Randolph is only asking for 5. I'll take Zach Randolph for cheap. Josh Smith is asking for $17 million. Are you serious? And Shaq, I'll bring Shaq back. I'll give you 8 mil. Alright, so Dwayne Wade goes back to the Heat. That's fine. I can't sign him. He took too long. But I can sign Zach Randolph and Shaquille O'Neal back onto the team. Not too bad. Let me see here. How much money do we have? I don't know if we even have much cap space. We got like 3 mil. So I'm just going to sign a couple veterans, and I will see you guys at the end of season, or the beginning of the next season. So here we are at the beginning of the next season, and we have Kobe Bryant and Russell Westbrook leading the team, with Giannis Antetokounmpo as a little young guy following along. We managed to sign Shaquille O'Neal and Zach Randolph in offseason with whatever money we had left. Ray Allen accepted a mid-level exception at $3 million for us. Anton Jameson, Zdrunas Ilgauskas, Mo Williams, Shane Battier, and Andre Miller, Kevin Martin as well, all accepted pretty cheap contracts to come onto the team. So the team isn't looking so horrible. It's not looking bad at all. But I don't want to have Isaiah Thomas on here getting nothing done in terms of like a starting position, because he definitely could be a starter anywhere in the league. So I'm gonna move him and hope that we can get a really solid. I can get Andrew Wiggins. I'm thinking I might look for a really good power forward. So I'm gonna go to Player Finders. Gonna go over to power forward, and let's see who might be attainable. Chris Bosh is getting only 20 mil. Do you think I might be able to get him? I'm not exactly sure. Let me see who might be getting enough just to make up the space we're missing. And then I will give you someone like Anton Jameson. And then you give us your worst player. Okay, so we still can't afford him. So I need somebody cheaper than these guys. Tim Duncan. This is a 23-year-old Tim Duncan. What the heck? Alright, well, I can't sign him, obviously. Derek Favors. You know what? I will sign Derek Favors for an Isaiah Thomas straight up, maybe. No, but Zach Randolph, I'll give you. That's fine. I'm just trying to get a good starting power forward, and Derek Favors will do that for us quite nicely. So then we have Russell Westbrook, Kobe Bryant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Derek Favors, Joakim Noah, and then we have Shaq coming off the bench. I want to see if I can move Joakim Noah and like 2 first-rounders to see if I can get a potentially better starting center, just in case there is one out there. I'm not exactly sure if Miles Turner is here, but I'm not going to sign Miles Turner, that's for sure. Okay, and then let me see what if I were to package maybe Shaq and Joakim Noah, if I can get something crazy for that. No. Alright, so it doesn't look like anything crazy good for that either. So I'm just going to go to roster. I'm going to change people around. I'm going to move Ray Allen. I'm going to move Ray Allen back to shooting guard, and then I'm going to move... No, I'm going to keep Shaq at center. And then we have a lot of big men off the bench, so I'm going to move a couple of these guys. Ilgauskas and Battier, I want to move them together. I get Tony Rosen. Not horrible, but I'm definitely looking for a point guard of some kind, just so we can run our bench for the whatever for the rest of the season. You know what? I'm just gonna keep the team as is. That's fine. So now the bench is looking like this. I'm gonna move Mo Williams into the 9th man rotation so he can run. Actually, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna make this a 10-man rotation. So yeah, so he would get minutes anyways. That's fine with me. I'm actually gonna give him these minutes, and he can be the 9th man, so he gets a little bit more minutes. So this is gonna be the team that we're gonna roll with. Not too bad. Our starting center is our roster is basically Russell Westbrook, Kobe Bryant, a 2-headed behemoth, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Derek Favors, Joakim Noah. Off the bench, we have Shaq coming off the bench with Anton Jameson, Ray Allen, Mo Williams, and Shane Battier. So that's going to be the team for now. I'm going to simulate all the way to the trade deadline. If I make any trades, you guys know the deal. I will show them to you. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end of season awards. Alright, so this trade came up here for Shaq, Anton Jameson, just for Al Jefferson, basically. The guard Fraser is not here to, make an impact for this team. It's basically just to get Al Jefferson. Al Jefferson's just a solid post center, somebody who could be a scoring punch if we need him off the bench. So I'm going to have him, and he's going to actually run the 6th man position for us. Now we have Shane Battier, Zdrunas Ilgauskas. Let me see if I can move Ilgauskas, actually. Any free agents that I need? Cody Zeller's here. Brandon Roy. Ooh. I might grab him. Actually, I'm going to move Ray Allen to small forward position again. And then, yeah, I will grab Brandon Roy. Negotiate. I'll give him a minimum. I'm going to have the CPU adjust him, so now he should be the 10th man in the rotation, or he's 8th man, actually. So, I like that better. We have Ray Allen and Brandon Roy for the bench, 2 scoring beasts with Al Jefferson, too. So now we have Shane Battier, Zdrunas Ilgauskas, who's not going to get any minutes. I'm going to have those given to Mo Williams, and that is going to be the team. So, Here we are at the trade deadline, and we are 40-18, good enough for first in the Western Conference. Hopefully this is going to make it so that we are now first going into playoffs, and hopefully we can make a run at the championships. I'll see you guys at the end of season awards. Here we are at the end of season awards. LeBron James of the Miami Heat wins MVP with 27 points. Well, 28 points, basically 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Still insane numbers. Victor Oladipo is your rookie of the year with 20 points. 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.5 blocks. Coming out of the Phoenix Suns, Josh Smith is your 6th man of the year over at the Minnesota Timberwolves. LeBron James is also your defensive player of the year, and Reggie Jackson is your most improved player over with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Logan Schmidt of the Atlanta Hawks is your coach of the year. Do we have any Lakers on any of these All-NBA teams? We have Russell Westbrook on All-NBA second team. Kobe didn't make on the team. No, but Russell Westbrook made it on All-Defensive second team. Giannis did make it to All-Rookie first. Not too bad. So in terms of player stats on this season, let's go look at those. Kobe was leading the team with 23 points. Russell Westbrook had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals out of him. Derek Favors had 10 points. Joakim Noah had 9 and 11 rebounds with 2 steals, or 1 steal, 2 blocks. Giannis had 9, 9, 2, and a block a game, so not too bad. Ray Allen, what was his 3-point shooting like this season? 40%. Even Kobe had 40%. Not too bad. Even Mo Williams was shooting 40%. Not too bad. So we were 3 games ahead of the Los Angeles Clippers, and we were 2 games behind the Miami Heat. Good enough for first in the Western Conference. So we're going to make sure that everybody is set here. Shane Patty is cold too, but that's going to be the team for now. So we're up against the Golden State Warriors. I'm not scared of them, so I'm going to simulate the current round. I feel like we could probably sweep them, to be honest. And we beat them in 5. Almost a sweep. So this is the coaching lineup for now. I'm going to move this down now. I'm going to change this over to a 9-man rotation, just so we're up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, they take the first game off of us. They take the second game off of us, too. Ricky Rubio, CJ, Jared Wallace, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, Josh Smith. They have 3 power forwards and Gorgie Dang. I don't know how they're taking 2 games already off of us. They're up 3-0 on us. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some minutes away from these guys off the bench. Make sure that Derek Favors gets 32. Westbrook's going to need 37. I'm going to give Joakim Noah even more minutes. I'm going to actually give him 34. So if we get swept, I'm going to be pissed. All right, so 3-1, 3-2, and we get beaten in 6. All right, so that's the playoffs, I guess, for us. Los Angeles Clippers win with Blake Griffin being your MVP. This is never going to happen because apparently the Clippers have the inability to make it past the first round. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 blocks. And let's see here. That was actually kind of depressing. I did not expect us to get destroyed that heavily. But league meetings, make sure nothing gets changed first. Reject, reject, reject. And staff signings. So, head coach is there, assistant coach, trainer. Obviously, I'm going to want somebody pretty good. I'm going to get Foster. Assistant GM, I want this guy. Oh, he's only a GM, so I'll take Navarro. CFO, last one. That guy. All right. Sign. Sign. And that's going to be it. I don't care about the rest. And now we're going to go to team player options. We don't have any picks, and I'm not going to make any more trades for picks for this season. Jefferson, if he wants to come on 10 mil, I guess we'll take him. I could always just trade that, so it's not much of an issue for me. And let's go to my free agents. See who's here. Derek Favors is testing. So everybody who I'd want to bring back is testing currently. So we're going to go to free agency now. Free agency is here. DeMarcus Cousins is here. Carmelo's here as well. Let me see what I have. In terms of player contract space, we have 7 mil to spend. Joakim Noah is taking up a lot of that cap, and so is Al Jefferson. So let me do this. Al Jefferson and Fraser. If I move them together, can I get something cheap, or just cheaper, I guess, than what they are asking for? Hito Turkoglu. I'm not going to trade for Hito Turkoglu. I could get Greg Monroe. Honestly, I'm just going to do this for some picks now that I'm looking at it. So Al Jefferson, Gordon Fraser, and a pick. I'll take the Sacramento unprotected first round pick. Has apparently freaking insane value. Alright, so the 76ers can't take on that much cap. So what about the Bulls? Bulls can't take on that much cap. I gotta look at player contract space. Who has enough cap? The Nets do. Alright, so we'll trade to the Nets. Al Jefferson, Frazier, and then we're gonna go over to the Brooklyn Nets. Where are they? JKN. How about that? And then I'll give you this random second rounder that I don't need. You know what? I will give you the Heat first rounder. You still don't want them. And the second rounder because I don't use it. Okay, so apparently they really don't want those players. So who would have the Sacramento Kings? Al Jefferson and Frazier. And then we're going to go to the Sacramento Kings. Hopefully they'll take on this contract because I really don't want them on the team. I'm not going to do just for a second rounder because that'd be awful. What about this one? And then I will... No, Frazier. There it is. And I will give you this Heat first rounder. And a second rounder. Alright, so they don't want it either. Oh my god. This is way more difficult than I thought. Hornets. If I can pronounce. Hornets, give us this pick. I'll give you Al Jefferson. And Frazier. Top 3 protected, and we'll take Bismack Biyombo. Alright, you know what? I'll take Bismack Biyombo, and then I will trade him. Because obviously I don't want that contract. And then now who has a good amount of cap, hopefully. Somebody. You know what? Nets, you can have him for free. I'll give you Biyombo to the Nets. Where are the Nets? Nets. Alright. Nets. That pick is a lot of value. So what about like this one? Mirza Teletovic. And then we're gonna trade finder Mirza Teletovic. Hopefully he will get... Nobody wants Teletovic. Oh my god. They're making this hard to just dump contracts. Nets, if you will take him, I will take it for a second rounder. You can have him back. There we go. Cool. Finally. Jesus Christ. Now we have some cap, so now free agency. Here we are. We're 8 mil shy of those guys, but Derek Favors is here. Isaiah Thomas is here. Let me see who might be asking for a small amount of contract, hopefully. Who might not be asking? Brook Lopez. I could definitely get Brook Lopez for cheap. Let me give you 15. Where's number 1 offer? Thad Young is here too. I will offer them both one, and I'm going to go to bird rights, and I'm going to offer all the guys that we have bird rights. Oh, it's only Derek Favors. Alright, well, Derek Favors, I will offer you a bird right contract. Brook Lopez, I can sign. I'd rather have Brook Lopez, and I'll sign Derek Favors. And Carmelo sees us as a contender, so I will give him the max minimum level exception that we have. So let me give that to Carmelo. And hopefully Carmelo, yes, so Carmelo signs on that, and the rest of it doesn't matter for me anymore. So let's go to player progression. Let's look. Kobe's up to a 97. So Westbrook's up. Giannis goes up 3 points to an 89. Carmelo drops to an 87. Derek Favors is here. We have Joakim Noah and Brook Lopez as a double solid kind of center front court position. Training camps. See if I need to drop any here, and then I'm actually going to see you guys at the beginning of the next season. We're going to have the 2K auto sign people for us from free agency, and then I will see you guys then with any trades we make. So here we are at the beginning of the next season, and this I wanted to do this trade just so we could upgrade the center position. So I'm going to give them this Hornets pick, and let's see, maybe a Nets pick too. Oh my god, it's impossible to get. All right, so apparently we can't get them, so never mind. Drummond, maybe. Can I get Drummond for Joakim Noah? And I'll give you like this pick. We would acquire too much cap, so let me give you, I don't know, who would be tradable here? Brook Lopez, and then you give us Chris Middleton, and then I'll give you this first rounder and 2 seconds. Still can't grab him. Al Horford. You know what? Screw it. I can't trade him. If I were to grab Carmelo though, and maybe like Derek Favors, can I get somebody? No. What about Joakim Noah and Derek Carmelo? I can get a different Giannis, with the weird Giannis. Okay. Derek Favors, Joakim Noah, maybe. I upgrade the center position, Rudy Gobert and Carlos Boozer. No, not an upgrade. That's definitely not an upgrade. Kevin Love. I could bring Kevin Love to the team. I would do this, but not for Joakim. I would do it for like Kevin Love straight up. I'll do that just because I would like to have Kevin Love on the team. It just seems like a nice, different change of pace here. What about Carmelo and okay, so I can't do that. What about Carmelo? Can't do that either. So let me see what I could get, just in case I can get Jokic. I'm not going to do that because he was not available at this point in time. All right, so let me see. Get him. All right, so I'm going to make a lot of trades here just to change around the bench pieces, but then I will see you guys at either the trade deadline or the end of season awards. All right, so a trade just went through that I did not expect to go through. So we did Blake Griffin, check Diallo for Kevin Love, Carmelo, a first, and basically 2 first rounders. The main reason is I just wanted to upgrade that position a little bit, and I did not expect it to go through, so that's why I wasn't actually showing the trades at the time. But we have Russell Westbrook, Kobe Bryant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Blake Griffin, Joakim Noah, and off the bench we have Brook Lopez, Tony Allen, Aaron Baines, Matthew Dellavedova, and Garrett Temple should be getting minutes. So I'm going to make that the trade rotation. We have 7% team chemistry, but that's going to be the last trade. I'm not going to even trade anybody on this team. I'm going to go all the way to the trade deadline. If I make any trade, actually I'm not going to make any trades. I'm just going to see you guys at the end of season awards. I just want to make sure you guys saw that last trade there, but man, if this team doesn't win a championship, I don't know what will. That's for sure. So I thought about it and I realized technically Jokic got drafted in 2014, so he would be in this pick. So we get Mike Conley, Jokic for Joakim Noah, Brook Lopez, and Archie Goodwin for Mike Muscala. Archie Goodwin is obviously not a part of the steal. I'm just doing it for Mike Conley and Nikola Jokic. I wanted a solid point guard to run the bench in case we needed it, which Mike Conley will suit that, like fill that position pretty nicely. So now we have Tony Allen and basically the Dellavedova. Actually, if I move him, does he have a 3-point shot? Yeah, he kind of does. And if I move him to shooting guard, yeah, he might be able to fill that position out for us pretty nicely. So now our bench is looking a little bit better, and then we have Jokic as the starting center. That's going to be the rest of the deals, and the only trade I wanted to do. We were doing as well. We were behind the Clippers, but hopefully that last trade is going to put us over the top to win a championship this year. And I'll see you guys at the end of season awards. Here we are at the end of season awards. LeBron James sweeps the MVP awards with 29 points, 11 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2.5 steals, 1.5 blocks. Jamon Rivera wins Rookie of the Year with 20 points, 9 rebounds out of him, and two blocks. Yeah, Kemba Walker is your 6th man of the year over with the Mavs, 19 points and 5 assists. Tim Duncan is your Defensive Player of the Year with 16 rebounds and 3 blocks a game. That's not too bad coming from him. Brandon Ingram is your Most Improved Player. Obviously, that doesn't matter because he's not existing at this time. Dwayne Casey is actually the coach of the Heat at this point. 59-23 record as he wins Coach of the Year. Do we have any Lakers on any of these All-NBA teams? I don't see any. Not even an All-NBA third. Wow. Defensive, maybe? Nope, not even a defensive end. I don't think we have any rookies, so that doesn't apply to us. But we were 60-22, good enough for first in the Western Conference. I actually think first overall. I think we're only 1 game ahead of the Miami Heat. But that is still, yeah, we were 1 game ahead of them, but that still means we're first overall. So Kobe Bryant led us in scoring once again, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals. We had Russell Westbrook with 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists, 3 steals. Blake Griffin had 15 and 6. Jokic almost had a double-double for us. Mike Conley off the bench had 12 points out of him. Not too bad. And Giannis is 8 and 9 with 2.5 steals, 1.5 blocks. Not too bad. So we are 62-22 record up against the San Antonio Spurs. They were giving us trouble throughout the season. So Tony Parker, Zach LaVine, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, and Kawhi Leonard. That's still pretty terrifying. Zaza Pachulia and Ty Lawson. So I'm going to take this one game by game. They take the first game off of us, so I'm going to change this over to a 9-man rotation. And now we are going to take the next game. And we take the next game. They're up 2-1 on us. 3-1. I swear to God, if we lose. All right, 3-2. And oh my God, they beat us in 6. I have no idea what I was supposed to do for this. 2K is screwing me over with these simulations. But LeBron James wins the Finals MVP with 26 points, 13 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 3.5 steals a game. Well, this is the roster. I don't know how we lost, but you had Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrook, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Blake Griffin, Nikola Jokic, Mike Conley, Tony Allen, Aaron Baines, Matthew Dellavedova, Garrett Temple, Mike Muscala, Wesley Johnson, and Chick Yell. None of those guys got any minutes, but I'm still not sure how we didn't win a championship with this team. But thank you guys for watching. This was a shout-out idea from Keita Yamamoto. If I were to do another one of these videos, it'd probably take a little bit of time before I were to do some kind of fantasy or legends or previous draft, because I'm probably going to try and finish up all the teams for this season first, and then I will see you guys then. But until next time, guys, I'll see you then.